If I stay, there will be trouble. Okay, let's see. He wasn't in the typical spot. Oh, there he is. I see him. All right. So, Stoop Kid is not going to be on his stoop this week. However, it looks like the snitch is in an elevator. Yes, he is. All right. Let's go ahead and get this one popping. Here we go. What's going on, YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video. So sit back, relax, grab that popcorn. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. But this is going to be your weekly vendor reset and must-buys for both of your secret wandering vendors, right? Secret wandering vendors? Yeah. Cassie Mendoza and Danny Weaver. Now, these vendors open and close every other day, and the only way to get their locations is to find the snitch. Now, the snitch is in over a dozen different locations throughout the open world. But once you find the snitch, you can pick up the bounty, and he will give you the locations for both of those vendors. Now, remember, the vendors and the snitch can be in different locations. So what I do every week is I tell people to put in the comment section below where they typically find the snitch, where they find the snitch today. That way you help each other out. Now for me, for example, I am at coordinates 561 by 4430. And I am just outside of the Space Admin HQ mission. All I did was fast travel to the mission, and I ran across the street. Pretty cool, right? But let everyone know where you typically find the snitch. That way everyone can go to these vendors today. Now, as far as this bounty, what I do is I go to the bounty details and I just click abort bounty. That way I can save them for later. Now, we have the locations for both of our secret vendors. Here's Danny Weaver. This week he will be in downtown East, just across from the theater. And Cassie Mendoza's way up here in Judiciary Square. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast travel to DZ East Charlie checkpoint, and then I'll run over to Cassie Mendoza. But I hope everyone is having a great week. This is only week number 2 for Year 7 Season 1 and the Battle for Brooklyn DLC. So let me know, how far have you gotten through the DLC? Have you gotten all the hunters? Have you done everything? Have you gotten the new exotic mask? Let me know in the comments. I personally, I have done the DLC, but I have not gotten the new exotic mask. But the new exotic mask is currently bugged, so I have a little bit of time before I need to have my hands on that mask. Alright, so we're going to run over here to Cassie. See if I can make it over here. They typically come out of the walls. They're coming out of the walls, man. And we'll make our way to Cassie. So Cassie is about a block and a half up here. And... oh, I'm dead. Oh, I'm dead. Yep. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, no. Maybe if you just say you're dead 5 times, you won't die. There we go. All right. So you run about a block and a half up here, and then you will see the American Food Store up here on your right. And this is the entrance, American Food Store. This is the entrance to Cassie Mendoza. So you go over this way. Instead of going to the back alleyway, you're going to look for the rope right here on your right. And then there will be a ladder to your right. And there you go. Yo, is this rusher about to come all the way up here? Probably not. Now, if you have never been to this part of the map, there will be a collectible right here. And once you jump through the windows, there will be a side mission over here as well. But we are here for Cassie Mendoza, so timestamp it. Do whatever you need to. Here we go.
Is there something you want?
So for... yo, she is selling it now. All right. Right off the rip, we have the brand new named FAMAS. Now, just a reminder, these bottom 3 named items are locked behind the hunters. But once you do all the hunters, you will have these 3 named items from Cassie every single time that she opens up her vendor. So that's the disclaimer that I have to do every week for Cassie's vendor, is that if you are new or returning to the game, you might not see these new named items. The Shield Splinters from the year 1 Hunters, the Hunter Killers from the year 2 Hunters, and the Huntsman is from the year 7 Hunters. That's right, the Huntsman, Perfect Frenzy on the FAMAS. This is the brand new Hunters named item that you get once you defeat all of the Battle for Brooklyn Hunters. Remember, you have to open up the Ash chest that is in the Bridge settlement in Brooklyn, but once you do that, she will sell it every week thereafter. The Shield Splinterer, Ivory chest, Base of Ops, the Hunter Killer, the Off-White chest in the Haven settlement, and the Huntsman is going to be from the Ash chest that is in the Bridge settlement. All right, so you have to unlock those. Now, for the 2 named items at the top, we have the Lefty. This is the named ACS-12 with Perfect Sledgehammer. And this week it comes with damage to targets out of cover, which is perfect. I use this for my healer builds. I use this for the incursion, for the raids, any sort of like support build. I would put this on as a secondary. That way you could throw a grenade, switch to this weapon. As soon as that grenade hits, you will get Perfect Sledgehammer, and then you can switch back to your other weapon. Pretty cool. And using a shotgun with like perfectly opportunistic, the setup, what is that, Usina Getica? That backpack with a shoddy and then Perfect Sledge, I mean, you're doing so much damage, it's ridiculous. Next up, we have the Cloak. So the Cloak is the named Eminence Armaments knee pads. Now, the Cloak, it comes with reduced threat, which is, it's all right. Now, the reason why you would want reduced threat is in case you're in a group, your teammates could get all the aggro, and then you could shoot all the enemies while they're shooting your teammates. I mean, that's pretty much about it, because you could easily just throw a decoy, and all of that increased threat would go to the decoy. But running reduced threat, you might want to do that with a decoy, and then you could just like go through the shadows or something like that. We'll mess around with these knee pads this week, and I will come out with a build for them. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be pretty cool. The Shield Splinter this week is pretty much God rolled. So it's at 14.8 for the AR and 20.5 for the health damage. All you have to do is change the bottom attribute to damage to targets out of cover, and this is pretty much God rolled. Following that, we have the Hunter Killer. So the Hunter Killer is the named Golden Gear chest with Perfect Intimidate. And this one with Hazard and Health, it's okay. I would probably take the health off for, like, say, armor regeneration and use this on, like, a survivability build and then get all your damage from the talent. You could do it that way. It's not bad. And then finally, we have the Huntsman. This is the first weekly reset with Cassie selling the Huntsman. I know that a few people were showing screenshots last week on like Friday or Saturday, what have you. But for the weekly reset, you know, Wednesdays are typically the reset for me. And here is the first time I have seen the Huntsman. Now, this is the named FAMAS with Perfect Frenzy. And it does come with accuracy this week, but you could easily just change it to damage to targets out of cover, and you're good to go.
That's
in fact,
solid work.
I have one on right now with damage to targets out of cover. It's a lot of fun. The Frenzy, Perfect Frenzy is really fun. Just make sure you shoot out all of the ammo, reload on empty, and you're good to go. Not bad.
Happy to do business with you.
Now going to the gear set items, we have a measured assembly backpack. This is the brand new gear set that just was added to the game last week. This is like final measure reimagined. And this one, measured assembly backpack, has armor regeneration as an attribute. Following that, we have a Cavalier chest with Hazard. Not bad. That's what you want with it. Hotshot gloves with crit damage, but decent weapon damage to where you could just change the bottom attribute to headshot and you'd be good to go. Hotshot knee pads here. Ooh, with max weapon damage. So just change the skill damage off for headshot, and these are perfect. Following that, we have a Heartbreaker holster with health, but you could change the health off for hazard, armor regeneration, or crit. And finally, for the gear set items, we have a measured assembly mask with health. Now, going to the high-end items, we have a Cabaret. This is the named SMG with Perfect Thunderstrike, and this week it comes with headshot damage. Following that, we have an X45 with Accuracy and Optimist, a Sokolov Concerned backpack with... so this is actually from a different vendor as well. But this is a good Sokolov Concerned backpack. It comes with crit damage and weapon handling, so you could make this double crit and then just go all reds. Or you could change the weapon damage off for armor and keep that armor with Bloodsucker, which would give you bonus armor, and then just have the crit damage and weapon handling on your SMG, because your SMG would already have high crit chance, so you could get away with not having double crit there. Pretty cool. And finally, for the high-end items, we have a Eminence Armaments holster. This one pretty much God-rolled as well. I'll pick it up. Nearly max weapon damage, nearly max crit chance with hazard. You could easily just make that double crit, and you're good to go. So change that hazard off for crit hit damage. Going to the mods, we have Repair Skill 17.3 and Drone Deflect Duration of 6.8. Now, must-buys, things to look for from Cassie Mendoza. The Lefty is a good pickup. The Shield Splinter is a good pickup. Just change that bottom attribute. The Huntsman, this is the brand new named FAMAS. So you could try it out with rate of fire. You could try it out with armor damage. You could try it out with damage to targets at a cover and all of that and have all of them separate. Or you could put one on each of your characters. It really doesn't matter. Pretty cool. Going to the gear set items, the Cavalier chest isn't bad. The 2 hotshot items are not bad. The Heartbreaker holster is pretty good. For the high-end items, the Sokolov Concerned backpack's pretty good. And the Eminence Armaments, you could change that to double crit. So what is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... 9. We have 9 items to look at from Cassie this week. Pretty cool. But all right, so that is it for Cassie Mendoza. Let's jump over to Danny Weaver. Now, Danny Weaver, this is your other secret vendor, your wandering vendor. And Danny Weaver, he sells only caches, and he only sells caches for textiles. So if you need textiles, check it out. So if you go to your apparel menu, go to the bottom left, and open up a standard apparel cache. Now you can see here I have over 100 caches to open up, but it also says that I have all event items collected. So that means that I'm going to get nothing but duplicates, but that's also exactly what you want for the textiles, because every time you get a duplicate item from this cache, it will give you textiles. So check this out. All right, and it says duplicate item, and I got 110 textiles. And that's exactly how you're going to do that. So collect all of your textiles and then go over to Danny Weaver every week, and Danny Weaver will give you caches. I mean, it's pretty much free, free items. All you have to do is make your way to him every week. I mean, yeah, you do have to find the snitch, and you do have to find his location, but, I mean, come on, you're just trading in some textiles, and you're getting a whole bunch of caches. Even though it is random, though, sometimes his caches are really good, sometimes they're kind of meh, but we'll see what he has today. All right, so making our way over here to Danny Weaver. Make sure you have him highlighted, that way you can see his location through the walls. And then you can make your way to him. So he's going to be in this corner door right here. And here is Danny Weaver. Timestamp it. Do whatever you need to. Here we go.
You want to make a deal?
I mean, this one's going to be pretty quick. He only has 2 exotics and 3 Burden of Truth caches. Okay. The Burden of Truth, that was last season, so I'm sure that's some sort of bug. It's supposed to be this season's cache, but whatever. The 2 exotics is nice. Just make sure that whenever you buy these caches, they subtract from your textiles. That way you know it's working. So I'll pick it up. Yep, it is subtracting from my textiles. It seems to be working. And then you look in the bottom left of your screen, and you'll see the caches pop up. It might be a little delayed, but they'll pop up there in the top or the bottom left. All right, so they all popped up. Check our caches. Let me know what you get in the comment section below, but here are my 2 exotics. Sacrum Imperium and the Pestilence. Nice. I don't really need these, but we'll look at them. Yep, very cool. Righto. And awesome. All right, so the 2 exotics I got this week, I have the Pestilence and the Sacrum Imperium. Let me know what you get this week from Danny Weaver. I am Kamikazevondoom, and that will conclude your weekly vendor reset and must-buys for today, June the 4th. Hit the like, subscribe, you know the whole YouTube spiel, and I'll see you in the next one, all right? Peace out.